What it do, baby? This is Rico the GOAT right here, coming at you live on the interwebs in this made-up universe with another episode of the world's hottest sales TV podcast, the TAKEOVER TV, baby. We got a crazy episode for y'all today. It's bananas. So go get your popcorn ready, get your notepads ready, and let's get to this damn bag. Time to start the show.
We are live. I would like to welcome everyone to the second episode of the hottest sales training podcast in the entire made-up universe, TAKEOVER TV. I'm your host, T. Ellie, and we have an absolute banger for everyone today. I know everyone's time is precious, so we are going to jump right in with the first segment. Earlier this week, one of our trainers had the pleasure of traveling to Allentown, Pennsylvania. Deals were written, fun was had. Let's take a quick peek into the action with a little segment we are calling Recruiting Madness.
What up, guys? Coming to you live from Dave & Buster's out here in beautiful, glorious Allentown, Pennsylvania. The TAKEOVER Recruiting Madness is about to commence once again. Let's get to it. All right, here's the incentive, and it's a two-part incentive for this to pay out, okay? So recruiting is no different than going to a home, making an offer, okay? It's transfer of emotion, transfer of energy, and it's about building trust, all right? It's a lot shorter sale, it's a lot higher payout. But if you don't do it, it's not gonna work, right? So this incentive is pretty simple. There's gotta be a total of 5 recruits by the whole team generated. If that doesn't happen, there's no payout. First person to get 3. First one to get 3 numbers where you text the hiring website to them gets $100. It's a race for 100, all right? It shouldn't take more than 30 minutes at most, but it's really simple, guys. Let them know that you think that they are capable of doing what we do. Explain your experience, why you think they'd be that way, and it's a simple, are you open to hearing some information if I sent it to you? You're not trying to get them to switch jobs right away in the moment. It's, hey, I think you'd be good at this. You could roughly earn between this and this. If I sent you some information, would you be open to taking a look at it? Cool. Pretty simple. All right, did you guys enjoy food? You enjoyed your food? All right. I'm going to go play games while they go to work. Hasn't even been 2 minutes. My man Rob's already over there getting our hostess that brought us the check. Look who's coming to say, baby. Paul, why don't you run that by me one more time?
Yeah, so just went up to one of the waitresses and boom, she just applied while we were still in the restaurant here.
It works if you work it. First we get the waitress, then we get the hostess. Let's do the mostest. All right, Pete, how we doing so far?
Doing good, man. We just had another one come in while they're sitting here working, applying here for us.
They're applying to come work with us while they're at work. Don't tell their boss. Shh. Yo, this new kid's been here 13 days. Not only can he sell, the name's Josh Buell in Allentown. Might be the best recruiter at Safe Haven. Let's find out. I don't know. My man Rob at the buzzer. He's going over by the crane machine, trying to pull out the last 2 right in the last minute. Josh, my man, I saw you out there tearing it up. How did it go over there? We already saw her apply.
Right, and then I got to the other person over here too.
Stallion, bro. You've been with Safe Haven, what, like 3 weeks now? Not even. Been good so far?
Yeah, great.
Yeah. All right, man. Let's go out and build it together, dude. All right, we got Josh done. We got him knocked out. Young star on the rise. Allentown did 6 yesterday. Tied their best day ever. We're cranking. My man Rob just finished up. Rob, how many you get? Too many. Give me a count. Is it at least 3? Okay. We got a winner, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you in the next episode. Build it yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, that's at least 5. We got a winner for Allentown Recruiting Madness. It's Robert Rush. Hey! Welcome to the TAKEOVER.
Wow. I gotta be honest. If I thought they allowed cartoon tigers inside of a Dave & Buster's, I'd have showed up to that event myself. It looks like you guys had a blast. Anyways, on to the next segment. Let's keep it moving. In this next feature, what we're going to do is try to learn to earn a little bit, guys. We always want to focus on our money here at Takeover TV. So, for today's segment for sales training, what we want to focus on is can't get paid if it doesn't get installed. So in a little segment today, what we're going to do is take a deep dive in to how to focus on getting a next day install when you're working with these customers. We're going to take a look at 4 different key points that lead you to a next day install almost every time. So grab your notepads, pay attention, and let's dive in with everybody's favorite sales trainer, Agent Zero.
But what we are going to talk about is next day or bust, guys, okay? General rule of thumb here, a healthy install rate at Safe Haven Security that you want to try for is 80%. That's going to sound weird, but it's the truth. The reason is we want you selling 4 out of 5 that install and maybe one that falls off. That shows us that you're influencing people's decision making. Does that make sense? People are telling you not right now, you're saying, oh yes ma'am, right now. We can't stop them from canceling, but we're influencing in their moment the decision. Okay, in that moment, we are getting them to do things that we want done on our terms, not theirs. Okay, and at the end of the day, that's what sales is about, is getting people to see our perspective and we influence their decision making. And that comes down also when we talk about install rates. A lot of times what I see people do is they'll maintain control really good through pulling credit and through getting the deal closed. And the second you have got a passing credit score, you release all control back to the homeowner. When would you like to get installed? Hey, we offer installs every day except Sunday. You turn into customer service and you leave your sales, but the sale's not over. The most important part is getting it in, because that's how we get paid. And once you have that passing credit score, a lot of times I see immediately control be tossed from you to the homeowner, right? When would you like to get this installed? What day fits your schedule best? Guys, don't release control there. We don't ever release control, okay? You get back in the car, give control to somebody else. That's when it's over, okay? So we maintain control even when we assign install dates, all right? And there's a couple different ways you can go about it. Find your style. Some people aren't as authoritative, they're more consultative. So there's a couple different ways we're gonna cover real quick, okay? And again, this isn't a skill that we gotta spend 20, 30 minutes diving into. Guys, this is a 5-minute deep dive. Find out which one works for you. Try all 4 of them until you figure out which one hits for you, okay? So, before I get into it, the reason I'm teaching this skill is how I want to show you how important it is. We've done a lot of research for you guys because we also want to figure out how to boost our install rate as a company. And what we see is this: for every day after you close it that it gets pushed out, it is 10% less likely that it even goes in. You're giving them extra time for buyer's remorse to come, for a competitor to stop by, for them to receive another offer in the mail, for their realtor to say, why did you do that? I have a person for you with another offer. There's too many things. There can be a review that they read that comes into the equation. A hot water heater can go bad and now they don't have the finances to do it. There's too many things that can go wrong the more time goes on, okay? So after day 1, guys, we're at 90%. After 2 days, 80%, which is still healthy. Anything beyond 48 hours, the reason I want you guys to get my approval for it is I want to try to push for you to get it back in, let them understand that this is a reward for being proactive, so we're not going to put it off till the weekend. They didn't put off their cable install or their home internet install. They got those done first available. These people are taking time off work to get stuff done to set the house up. And to be honest with you, we can offer in the next 48 hours, we can offer them 6 different slots. We're going to find something that works. If they don't get home till 5, we're going to call the tech and say, would you mind arriving at 5? All right, the techs want it in too, so they'll play ball with us. But you guys got to be a little more authoritative and not give away control when it's time to schedule the install, okay? 4 different ways to do it. Number 1, you go fishing during the sale. You guys got any big plans these next couple days? Nah, I took off this week just to kind of get the house situated back up. Okay, so they're here tomorrow. There's no work excuse coming when I set up the next day install. And then that, in 10 minutes, sounds like this. I noticed you guys said that you had the week off, so you're getting the house set up. I'll have my tech here tomorrow morning. Is 8 better or noon? It's an alternative choice about tomorrow. You're picking one of my install slots tomorrow. Okay? So it's the way you ask, but you're asking that way because you were told work's not an objection for my install. Because you went fishing for information. Well, she works from home, so she'll be here all week, but I actually have to go back to Mississippi to put our old stuff away. So I'll be gone, but she'll be here for you guys. So you'll see that a lot. You want to go fishing throughout your walkthrough, collecting data for when you're going to get it installed. Okay, so that's method one. You go fishing to see if it's even going to be a problem or if it's going to be a natural alternative choice when you ask for the next day install. Okay, so number one, go fishing. Number two, guys, the only requirements for the new homeowners program is number one, you must be the new owner. Number two, you need to put our ADT deterrent signs somewhere visible on the premises. And number three, because you're in the new homeowners program, it's required that you guys do a priority install within the next 48 hours. We have had issues with these targeted new move-ins. We try to get you guys in as soon as possible. I can actually have somebody here tomorrow if that works for you guys. What time's better, 8 or noon? Okay, so you kind of let them know that because of this program, we have to get it in within the next 48 hours. Then all of a sudden it's, oh, no sweat, I get home at 4, or hey, can you get off work a little bit early tomorrow? And all of a sudden they're able to do it, right? All right, number three, bargaining. If then. Hey gang, look, I know you guys have a hectic schedule, right? Because like you said, you don't get off work till 4 o'clock tomorrow. But if you can get here right after work tomorrow and I have a technician in the area, I'll throw in a smoke and heat detector to get you a little bit back from the insurance, as long as you can get it installed for me tomorrow. It only takes a couple hours. Bargain. I'll trade, if I'm under 8 points, I just traded a smoke and heat, right? I just traded $30 to guarantee a next day install. If I'm trying to secure a bonus at the end of the month, this becomes a lot more important, this skill right here. Hey guys, look, I know you got a lot going on. If I can get you guys to go ahead and move forward with your new homeowners program today, not only will the activation fee be taken care of, but I'll put the gift card on top of it just to take care of a couple of months there for you. Bargaining. It's the same for the next day install. It's just a skill. We're going to use it for the install just like we do for closing the deal. All right? So bargaining. You can either go fishing to find out if the schedule dictates that they are already available so they can't lie to you when it's time to get the next day. You can tell them it's a requirement. You can simply trade this for that. If you guys, I have a tech in the area tomorrow, so if you guys can get installed for me so I don't have to pay them double mileage to come back to the zip code twice, I'll get you out of the activation fee because I don't have to pay them to drive to your house and somebody else is in the same zip code on different days. If you can help me out by getting installed after the neighbor, there won't be any activation fee as well. All right, so bargaining. Make them feel like, if I get that done tomorrow, I'm getting a hookup. They'll bite, right? Okay, last thing is, you've tried all three. It doesn't work, right? And she's a single parent, and she's a nurse, and she works nights, and my God, by the grace of God, I just happened to catch her today. Then don't next day install. Put it for Saturday. Turn your rapport all the way up. And let's hope that I'm wrong about these stats. Because that's all you can do. Guys, there are going to be situations where, man, you can't. But your first priority after pulling credit is to set a next day install. And the only thing that should stop you is it's just not possible. Because you went fishing and they've told you that they're slammed at work the rest of the week and that the weekends are the only time you're going to catch them. So next Saturday, just like this Saturday, is the only time you'll find them. When you understand that. And when you've tried to throw it in as a requirement, and they're like, well, look, man, I can't do it. Do you have anybody that's over the age of 18 that you trust? They're trying, I really hate to call my boss, but I'll call my boss. Then you just don't. But you should exhaust every opportunity to guarantee your money, and that's what this training's about, guys. Live in the 90. Live in the 90. All right. Who here wants to accept 60% of their money? Joke's on you. You already are because you're an American, right? We're taxed. That's a shot at you, Uncle Sam. No. Guys, in all seriousness, this is a skill that will make you better. Imagine if to get to the 15, you only had to write 16 instead of 20 or 22. That's what this skill dictates. That's why today's training is a little important. Rewatch it. It's only 10 minutes, I hope. I hope I stay within 10 minutes. I hope Paul remembered to take pictures and didn't get entranced in the training with everybody. I saw him going around filming some A and some B-roll. Guys, if you want to, who wants to go learn how to recruit? Anybody? No? Cool. I mean, because you'll be asked to go out there and actually do it. All right, so just, okay, if you guys want to go, then we're going to go do a live training for that before I get out of town. But other than that, you guys had a hell of a day yesterday, all right? 6? Like, come on. Come on, something's brewing here. All right, come on.
Next day or bust, baby. Truer words were never spoken, my friend. Thanks for the insight, and it looked like a fun training. To introduce our next series, I've asked one of my high-flying friends to swoop in and introduce it to you. You're up, Diego.
Hello, made-up world where compliance doesn't exist. I'm Diego, the Sales Eagle. In this segment, we highlight all the bright new talent in their first month with the company. This series is called New Hire Fire. The first episode features Marcus Johnson out of Virginia Beach. Excited to have you on board, sir, and look forward to learning about you. Take it away, T. Ellie.
What's up, guys? All right, so in this segment right here called New Hire Fire, what we're going to do is we're going to try to take a look at some of the new talent that's joined the ranks here at Safe Haven. We really want to shine a light on some special people that come through the doors and really make an impact right when they get here. They really want to make a name for themselves and they take it serious. So they hit the ground running. I found one of those gentlemen in Marcus down in Virginia Beach. I actually was lucky enough to be there his first week of training too. So something told me that he and I would be seeing each other on this segment. Marcus, how we doing, man?
We're doing great, man. Great, getting better.
Doing great, getting better, right? I got Marcus fresh off a dub. He literally just got home from writing his second sale. I hit him out of nowhere and was like, "Hey, by the way, I got this show. I want you to come on. I think you'd be perfect for it." So he's home, and guys, he didn't disappoint. He literally came through the door as I'm setting it up. So props to you for doing this, man. I appreciate you getting with me on it. So let me ask you something. How has it been your first 3 weeks here at Safe Haven?
It's been great. It's been great. It's been fun.
That's what I like to hear. And where else have you done in the past? What are you coming to us from?
I'm a former Kirby distributor.
Okay.
Kirby Vacuums, if you know that. And I came from corporate side of ADT.
Sure. A little bit of experience, right? Helps with the transition sometimes, certainly. For sure, that makes sense. And you're out of Virginia Beach, right? That's Joe Maggio, Chris Eady's turf down there. Shout out to those guys.
Yes, sir.
Also got our corporate trainer, Angela, down there. I just got the pleasure of doing a ride along with her. They're awesome. So I'm assuming has the training been up to standards for you? As somebody's coming in with some experience?
I always empty out my cup, man. So I'm here to learn. I don't take my experience and be like, oh, I know it all, or I do. I'm here to learn the program, that what we do at Safe Haven, and get better at it. And those guys are great at teaching it.
Something tells me you've got a lot to offer some of the other people that come through the doors, and you're going to be teaching us some stuff too. I look forward to getting to a ride along with you as well, for sure. What's one goal you have? In August will be your first full month, right? Full bore with us. What's one goal you have for August here at Safe Haven?
Well, my standard is going to be to write 20.
Ooh.
So it's just a fun thing to me to go out and write one every day, and plug away until you get it.
That's it.
Pretty fun.
And I'm just going to say it says a lot about somebody when it's a Friday night and the regional just happens to notice a dub come through for a guy who's already had a hat trick too since he's been here. In his first 3 weeks, he's throwing numbers. I would be silly not to get a hold of this guy and be like, "Hey, I want to know more about you." All right. So I hope you understand that you're at a company that takes things like that seriously. When I see somebody who's brand new here, not even in his first month, and he's out leading the way on a Friday night, I see things like that. The company sees things like that. We're behind you, and we're glad you're with us, man. I appreciate you taking the time. If there's anything we can do for you, man, you now have my phone number too. I'm at your disposal, brother, and I look forward to learning from you. I'm going to do a ride along when we come down there, dude.
I appreciate it. And one thing I do, man, is and one thing I would say before we leave here is
absolutely, I
have the ability to think about getting out of my own way. So today at 5:30, 6:30-ish, I was getting my head kicked in this afternoon, and I just got out of my way and stayed out of there. If you guys know what that means, it's just, whatever's in your head, you control.
The 6 inches between your ears, right?
The rest of it, you don't control.
That's it.
Whatever's in between your ears, you got to have the ability to get the hell out of your own way.
And And that's probably the perspective that leads to having the kind of success you've had here in the first 3 weeks. I
Yep.
have a feeling it's going to probably continue a little bit. I look forward to seeing what you do with a full month here in August, man.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining the takeover, man. Welcome to the
Appreciate it,
takeover.
man.
Welcome to Safe Haven. Appreciate you
Appreciate
taking the time with us, and I'll see you when I get down there. All right, brother?
it. No doubt, man. Appreciate you.
Appreciate it.
I feel like this tiger has an eye for talent, and that guy's got it. Welcome to the takeover, Marcus. Now let's toss it over to everyone's favorite bald stat turtle, Frank. You're up, Frankie, baby.
Ladies and gentlemen.
What up, world? It's me, Frankie, the most shady baby, everybody's favorite stat turtle, coming to you live with last week's weekly recap. Now, DJ, hit me with those stats so I can break it down like a Soul Train line. And don't come for me in the comments, neither. Dad humor's my specialty, you dig? All right, we got the Virginia Beach Bullies taking the top spot with 24, followed up by the RDU Money Train with the 22 spot. Next, we got Triple C, the Charm City Cartel with 19 on the head, then followed by Charleston's Fire Breathers with 15. And in their first week together as a management team, we got the Allentown Sharks with 13. Great work by you, Top 5, and let's see who makes it next week. Next up, let's take a look at the Takeover's top hitters for the week. Coming out of Triple C with an 8-piece, we got Shamari Harrington, the star on the rise, followed by Allentown's Rolls Royce, Robert Rush, Double R with 6. Then we got Paul Boland, completing his first month out of Arlington South, already up to 6 a week. That's amazing job, Paul. Keep it up. Then we got Josh C., Fayetteville Killer from North Carolina, Brawley's Money Train with 5, followed by Andre Low-Key Jones, the Virginia Beach Bully with a 5-piece. Keep it up, y'all. Great work. Let's see you next week. Hey, boss, before I throw it back to you, I wanted to ask if I could switch from like Franklin the Turtle to maybe like a Ninja Turtle or a Fierce Mutant Turtle on steroids, or just something a little more edgy for my image, but maybe think it over for next episode. All right, back to you.
Congratulations and a big shout out to all the top teams and top performers in the takeover last week. I know that's not easy. And Cisco, as far as the edit goes, hold your breath and I'll get back to you on that. We wanted to interrupt this broadcast with a quick commercial break. If you guys are enjoying the material, click that like button, comment on the video, and smash that notification bell so that you're notified the next time a video drops. Now, back to the action. What's life without a little risk, am I right? And I'm certainly about to take a huge risk right now. To introduce our next piece on leadership, I'd like to present everybody's favorite deal frog and human resources favorite maverick, Chris Eady.
If you would have told me one of the repercussions for joining this region was that you were going to turn me into a cartoon frog, I wouldn't be here right now, and I'm not very happy about it. But if I'm going to do it, at least let me announce the new segment called Leading the Way that focuses on leadership from the front. I'm Easy E the Deal Frog, and this is bullshit.
What's up, everybody at TakeOver TV? We are live with my personal favorite segment, one that I've always wanted to do. We're going to do a little something called Leaders Leading the Way. That's going to be the name of this segment, guys. And if you haven't been paying attention, some of the regional managers have really been stepping to the ball and really been coming up for you guys. We've heard some folks really talking about how perhaps things have changed in the economy or the job's a little tougher. So what we're really looking for is leaders leading the way. And I reached out to an old friend of mine that I used to teach in the MAP program. He's been here for 3 years now. He's worked his way up through the ranks. Every opportunity he's got, he surpassed it. Started out as a rep for us 3 years ago. Ended up going through the MAP program, became a branch manager out in Springfield. And now one of the newer regional managers alongside John Olio, just really killing it. So without further ado, guys, I want to present to you guys our special guest for the first ever Leaders Leading the Way, Mr. Nick Devereaux.
Hey, what's up, guys? What's up? I'm excited to be on here. Excited to talk with everyone a little bit.
What's going on, Nick? So happy to have you, man. Appreciate you taking a little bit of time out of Friday night. Won't take more than a couple minutes, okay?
Okay.
First thing I wanted to ask you that I was curious about was your experience when you first started here as a rep. So one of the things I wanted to ask you, Nick, just really simply is this. What was your experience, first training, your first month? Take us back to your first month. What was that like?
So I actually had a kind of an interesting first month, or kind of first getting going here when it started with Safe Haven. I feel like a lot of how a lot of reps start out. So on my week 1 training, came into the Springfield office while it was just starting. They had like 1 chair, or like 3 chairs, a desk, and a whiteboard in there. Office had just opened up. And my regional, Francisco Escutia, he came down in there to help John and the old co-manager out there with training. Went through week 1 training, and honestly, Tyler, when I first took this job, I had like $20 in my bank account.
Oh, wow.
I was going to quit this job after I got the training pay. I was 19 years old at the time, and I was like, I can go to this job, make like $500, $600, $700 off training pay, dip
Right.
out after that, and then go find something else. And I went through the first week of training. I sold on my first day out, dubbed the second day, and then on the Saturday of my first week, I hat tricked. Came home, calculated all the commission that I made that week with my girlfriend, who's now my fiance, and saw that I had made $1,800 that week. And when I got that paycheck the next week it was like $2,100 take home after taxes, I realized that was more than I had made in the past 5 months at my prior job.
Wow.
And I was hooked at that point.
Man, that's outstanding to hear. Congrats on the engagement, by the way. I'd be
Appreciate
remiss
it.
if I didn't say that, because I'm sure she'll be checking out the episode. So
Most
congrats to her
definitely.
as well. Since this is called Leaders Leading the Way, I want to really highlight why I chose to use you for the first guest spot on this episode and this feature. And it's really simple, man. As I've watched you climb the ranks, one thing I've never seen and one thing that's always stuck out about you is you don't slow down and you don't get complacent. And quite frankly, over 3 years, I think that's why you've climbed the ranks. Even in little old Springfield, as small as that market is, the little engine that could, right?
Yes, sir.
You guys have never been deterred by that. And quite frankly, you guys have never made excuses. And that's what we look for in leaders. And the reason I chose you to go first is because I recently went out and challenged myself after 13 years to see if I can still do it. I try to fight complacency, and that's how I've stuck around for 13 years, is I try to pull the best out of myself, compete against myself. And I think the best leaders really do that. They don't focus on anything but, am I giving my best to my team in this opportunity? And when you had your best record day of 6 sales in a day recently, that was as a regional manager out leading from the front. And you're still studying and watching training videos and asking questions, and you're a regional manager, man. So that doesn't strike me as somebody who's settled into their role and they're ready to just be calm. That's somebody that's going to continue leading, innovating, and trying to get better. Have I figured you out right?
Oh, 100%. The way I look at it is a very much so servant leadership mentality, and a lead from the front mentality. I would never ask anybody to go do something that I'm not going to do.
Absolutely.
So going out in the field is just one of those things. I call myself a psycho a lot because I personally enjoy knocking on doors, and I know a lot of people who are going to listen to this and will watch this are going to feel that same way, that the enjoyment we get from knocking on a door and the enjoyment we get from making a sale is unmatched from anything else.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That feeling never dies. It never dies.
Not at all. And the day going out to get 6, kind of the backstory with that one was I'd seen you set the record for 11 a couple weeks prior to that. And honestly, that motivated the daylights out of me. I was ready to go. I've been pretty fired up since then. We have a record in the Springfield office that has sales in a day, 5 in a day on there. And that was held by me and John on one ride along, and then me and our rep Luke Duran on a second ride along. So I had done it twice before, and I was like, I need to break that record. So me and Braden went out to Ottumwa, Iowa while I was out there on a regional visit. On the way up there, we had a talk of, hey, man, you're a new manager here in this office. I'm the new regional.
Wow.
Let's go out there and show everybody what's up and break that record. And, yeah, we just set out and did it. You can do anything you put your mind to.
Let's go show everybody what's up. That's exactly the motivation behind what I did. One thing I never really explained with this record is that I told everybody the night before that I was going to do it. Because I think when you verbalize a goal to your peers, you're really putting your reputation on the line. And
100%.
when I went with Diego and we did the 9 in a day, which was the original record before it was taken by Cindy and then also by Glenn, I told Brandon the night before that I was going to break the record that time as well.
That's awesome.
So you're right. We are psychos. To be foolhardy enough to think that you're just going to wake up one day at the largest dealership and say, you know what? I'm just going to go out and have myself a little day. And to be 2 for 2 right now, I got to be honest, that I did it because I needed the motivation and credibility as a leader to really shake my managers up and ask them to elevate their game. They've all been here for quite some time too. They're tremendous leaders, but like I said, we all got to guard against complacency. That's why this feature right here is so important. When the best leaders at the company do the best things and they're pushing the envelope, they need to be recognized. And I think other people need to see what was their motivation, what was their thinking, what was that like. So I'm not going to take up any more of your Friday night, my man. I appreciate you leading the way. I have a feeling that you're not done climbing through the ranks.
No, sir. No,
If I know Nick Devereaux, dude, I appreciate you checking out the channel too and the content and sharing it with your
Yep.
people. I hope it helps you guys. I see you're pacing elite again. I
Yes,
love
sir.
seeing that because I did check before I brought you on my show for credibility's sake.
I love it.
I can't have no bottom tiers in here trying to spit wisdom. Right? That's just fair. And if that offended you, I hope you're watching because you'll get better. Right? So, all right, guys. Nick, thank you very much, man. Keep doing what you're doing. This probably won't be the only time we see you on here, all right?
Yes, sir. I look forward to being back. Everyone, have fun listening to it.
Some people just flat out get it, and you, Nick Devereaux, understand. Congrats to you and John on your promotion to regional management. Keep climbing, and we'll see you guys at the top. For this next segment, I'm going to bring everybody's favorite deal donkey in to recap our newest incentive, Saturday Game Night. Take it away, Dan.
You know, if I were to finish college, my boss probably couldn't make me dress up like a magician or a cartoon donkey and give you guys updates about the Saturday night sales incentive for the takeover. But I didn't finish college, and my name's Dan, the deal donkey, and these are your updates. But all the finish.
With first-hand action, we got Andy the Storm Pena pushing Cisco all in, and Cisco's gone.
Dre Low-Key Jones wins his 5th hand in a row to bring it back to even on his quest to win the first ever Saturday night game night. And now we're coming down to the final couple hands. Hey, wait a minute. Who let Cisco back in the game? How'd Cisco get back in? And why is he going all in again? Are you kidding me? And Cisco's gone again. When we talk about setting records, that's not one you want to set, but he's the first ever person to be knocked out twice before we even crown a winner. And now, sports fans, let's finish this thing. With 2 pair and a king hitting the river, Dre Jones calls Andy Pena all in. And our first ever Saturday night game winner for the takeover is Dre Low-Key Jones out of Virginia Beach. Andre, way to settle in, way to handle business, and thanks for playing, guys. We'll see you next week.
And that's a wrap for this week's episode of TakeOver TV, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. And if you made it to the end to hear this message, I hope you remember that we work at the funnest, most unique place in the world. Don't ever take it for granted. Be innovative, be hardworking, lead from the front, and let's go get this damn bag, baby. Welcome to the takeover.